Nicky got me rolling, got me shaking, got me aching, got me twitching, got me snitching, got me making a fuss. Nicky got me bowled over, got me over his shoulder, got me slapping, got me whacking, got me smacking my lips. Oh, Nicolas Cage, oh, Nicolas Cage, he's an international treasure of ours, yeah. Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Nicolas
Turn your
Cage,
phone off.
International Treasure.
Turn the volume down.
Turn the phone
Turn it
off.
off.
I'm not fucking. Alright, you turn. Is your phone on?
I just meant.
Exactly. Shut the fuck
Also,
up.
take away from the audio interface.
Sorry, I wouldn't like to interfere.
As you can tell, it's a shambles at the moment, but it's very late, and we're going to do a very quiet and calm episode of Nicolas Cage.
International Treasure.
I mean, Nathan's got a blanket.
I do. I have my nana's blanket. For our Halloween episode, which will come out in January. Because this is the first spooky film we've done. It's 2015's Pay the Ghost. Directed... Oh, by the way, we watch every Nicolas Cage film if you haven't caught on by now. The director is Yuli Edel. Written by Dan Kay. And it's based on a novella by Tim Levin.
What the fuck's a novella?
It's a short novel.
Oh, okay.
It stars Nicolas Cage and Sarah Wayne Callies, and its synopsis is it's Heavy Rain the movie, but with more cheap spookums and a better leading actor.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah, I'd say that's yeah.
How did we find the film?
Really shit.
I did. All the scares were jump scares.
Yes.
I don't like jump scares.
They weren't really jump scares though.
There was a few things that was just like time for something scary to be
Yeah,
on the
you
screen.
could tell it was gonna happen.
Time for this lady to turn around very quickly.
I'm loving that drink that you're drinking, probably to try and give you energy, but it's not got any fucking caffeine in it.
It's not got sugar, it might have caffeine.
Yeah.
Wait, that's the is that the gold one?
Yeah.
It's,
I-
the gold one is no
No,
caffeine.
it's just vanilla.
Or is it got a...
It is gold.
It has caffeine flavoring.
It's
What?
not
Caffeine has a flavour.
flavouring?
Yeah. I don't think it has caffeine in it.
Oh, I just kind of wanted a nice little...
Probably.
You've been
I
fucking
didn't have
slamming
any-
these back. I bet you've been slamming these back all
Well,
night.
it was the
thinking it's
placebo
gonna be
effect. It was working.
Well, you're gonna fucking crash now.
Leave no
I
SIBO
wanted
then.
a herbal tea, but I didn't have any herbal tea, and the decaf coffee in the cupboard is 3 years out of date.
Coffee, it'd be
It's a
fine.
best before.
It
As long
is
as there's not,
dried
like,
coffee.
Mushrooms growing out of it, yeah, it'd be fine.
Also, whose coffee is it?
I don't know. I don't drink coffee.
It's
So.
my coffee.
He's just carried it from flat
It's
to
my
flat.
first flat. Because I knew someone who couldn't drink caffeine, and so I
Aw,
got
how
decaf.
nice of you.
And
Except
then-
it's 3 years out of date.
They're dead now.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant.
Fun how that works.
The film was shit.
Look, there was actually a good horror moment. You know when in the morgue, where the medium that had been killed horribly, and like, you know that he
He'd
was
been
doing the
burned
autopsy
from
on
the
her.
inside.
Yeah, but like, it was building tension to like a jump scare, because like everyone who was watching it thought, oh, she's gonna leap out, or her eyes are gonna open, or she's gonna say something out. But all that happens is her mouth opens gently, and a little bit of ash comes out, and he's like, holy shit. And
He's
that's
not
it.
even like holy shit. He's like ooh.
No, he's like,
and then you-
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but then he doesn't really investigate it. He doesn't investigate the mouth. He just goes back to cutting open.
I
the
know,
chest.
right? But that, like,
Surely
when he
there's more
puts
to
open
It
the
just shows how desensitized to
The shit that he's
people.
seen in New York
Oh
City.
fuck it! I would stagger to think the amount of bodies he's cut open, and at this point, he's not even shocked. Like he says, here's a little Halloween surprise for you. He doesn't like do the normal horror thing of, oh my god, look at this. He's like, oh, look at that.
I mean,
For
that's
context,
a bit funny, isn't it?
the
morticians
mortician
have to be like
is-
really desensitized.
Yeah, is looking at a medium because the actual plot of this film is that Nicolas Cage's son is kidnapped on Halloween. After saying to him, "Can we pay the ghost?"
And the kid during that day has been seeing freaky shit.
Yeah, and there's a really funny scene earlier where he's drawn a picture at school and it's just this like shadowy figure, but it does that thing where it's like, "That's really scary. Why did you draw that?"
It kind of looks like he's drawn Voldemort when he's sucking,
Just a
on
Death
the
Eater.
unicorn's
Yeah.
blood.
He's just been watching Harry Potter. He's like, "This is a Death Eater, Mom.
It's just a spooky ghost.
Do we need to take you to a therapist? Are you a troubled child?" But then he gets kidnapped by what turns out to be a 400-year-old witch
Well,
who was burned.
she's not a witch.
Well, she is a witch.
No, she's
No,
not a
she
witch.
wasn't a witch.
She was just Irish.
Yeah.
No, but she is though.
But she like
Because
hushed
she
them.
kidnaps people after.
No, but she's the evil and the anger in her has turned her into that. Like, it was probably some shit that she's been claimed by a demon.
She
And
was
they
a
let her go
pagan who
back.
was burned in Salem.
But
yeah,
she watched her 3 kids.
She
get
wasn't burned in Salem. She was burned in New York.
No, this.
Salem.
Salem is in Massachusetts. Man.
Yeah.
I thought it was in Salem.
No, it's
No.
in New York.
I
The
thought I
whole
heard
reason she was
Salem.
haunting New York is because she was burned in New York.
Someone said Salem in that. Film.
Salem was mentioned at some point, but I can't remember why.
Well, the Salem
No.
witch trials were
Yeah.
a huge thing, and probably were going to be referenced at some point to be
That makes
just to be
sense.
like, oh,
Salem.
Salem.
But yeah, she's a witch, and she has been kidnapping 3 children every year since that date on Halloween.
I've got this. Do you know how many kids she was kidnapped in this time, right? Which is quite a thing to people, but you would
So
think
it's
it'd be.
3 every year since
That's-
1679,
Yeah.
So-
and the film's 2015.
Yeah, so it's 1,005 children. Surely that would pull
Yeah,
up a red
I was
flag.
thinking that actually. Like, at what point, lady, is it enough? Like these are.
never
She's
enough.
like. She was like.
The people who did wrong by her died a long time
Yeah,
ago.
it was like it was just people who lived in New York. It
Yeah.
wasn't like descendants of the people that wronged her.
No, she just found a kid and was like, that one.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, because that would have been interesting and would have called into questions about reparations, but they didn't do that.
Right,
No,
just
it
a
was
random
You're in a
child.
place. Lady's angry. Lady's like, hey, you know what? I'm really mad that my 3 kids got burned at the stake. So I'm going to steal every kid. Well,
She-
like
she'd have
3
a
of every
preference, though.
kids every year
Yeah.
for all of time.
What's that?
And
What's
why
that
is-
phrase? Hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn.
Yeah, a woman's scorn.
It's a grieving mother who's fucking angry.
I know, but it's more
And it's-
the.
Yeah, but 400 years, love. Come on, cheer up.
I
a bit.
can-
Give us a smile.
Shut up.
Well, she does kind of give like a half smile, but it's not. It's a sort of like peeled back face.
Yeah,
she's
while
got
she's throttling
Nick Cage
Nick.
in Face Off when his face gets peeled off.
It's-
Face.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more that like her rage at the people that burned her and her family totally justified, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it gets
I'd
a bit.
say she's got a right to be a bit miffed.
Yeah, but
A
it
little
gets
bit.
displaced over time to the point where it's like no longer really. It's not the same people she was angry at all.
No, she's just been angry for the
Yeah,
sake
but
of
I
anger.
guess like she was so angry, her anger was only the
Well,
only
she
thing that was
became
left.
a monster.
Yeah, I know.
And so then became the thing that people thought she was. A witch.
You really want her to be a witch, don't you?
A woman in total control of herself. You seen that fucking TikTok?
No.
That's a big thing.
You have TikTok.
No, I saw on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I see all the TikTok shit as well, and the YouTube shorts that I spend
I'm too
fucking
cool.
hours scrolling through, so I
Yeah.
may as well just get TikTok.
TikTok
No,
is
don't
the
get-
same
But then I don't
exact
want to get
thing.
spied on by the Chinese government.
I mean, you're being
You
spied
still
on by
do.
California.
No, the Chinese government doesn't
Okay.
care what you do.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Did you hear, mate? Right.
Yeah.
Actually, we should talk about this off podcast. Never mind.
Okay.
It's
Ooh.
just it's pretty relevant news, but it's also kind of low key news.
Yeah, we don't really do pop culture here.
It's not pop.
No,
culture.
well, we do pop culture, but just don't do
We're doing a
News.
whole podcast.
Yeah, we do pop
about
culture,
Nicolas Cage.
but we don't do current events. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's a safe space.
Yeah, it's too current.
On Halloween.
Halloween.
January.
But yeah, no. But the thing
All
is,
you
though,
spooky people, I'll be able to. This is going to tide you over until October when your children are going to get stolen.
Oh, no.
it was kind of it was interesting to me because like she was the only Irish person in that community because she was
I
practicing.
mean Celtic. She could have been anything.
It said Irish, right?
She said Celtic.
Yeah, I thought they were Salem, so
They just said that
two
they just said that Irish people did settle there. She might not have been Irish. She sounded very American in her voice, to be fair.
Yeah, well, so did everyone there. But yeah, okay, I assumed Irish. Just I don't know.
I've got.
I mean, it could have been any of the Celtic peoples, so sure. But it was more that she was
She
the
could have
only.
been from Carmarthen.
Yeah, it was.
Just
She was
let
the
them tell
only
you.
one that was practicing this old holiday
Religion.
in like her
Paganry.
community. Yeah, they're completely fictional from what I understand. I mean, the holiday itself isn't fictional. I mean,
Samhain is a
Really
real thing.
annoying.
yeah, I know Samhain's a real thing. I mean the the symbol, like the Celtic goddess
Yeah.
stuff. Not a thing as far as I can tell. I did some googling to find it and couldn't. I found some symbols. It was all modern witchy stuff. It had
I'll
a
get that.
pentagram in the middle. I was like,
Just let him finish. It's fine.
What is it?
You good?
Kieran's trying to say something.
Sorry,
for a
Kieran.
long time.
Every time he just kept going on.
What would you like
Fine,
to
what
say?
do you want to
Kieran?
I was just going to complain about the blind man.
Oh yeah,
He was not blind.
with Dread. What?
How was he
Oh,
not
it's
blind?
Oh.
You could see, and he knew with a torch. Why didn't he?
why did you need a
pick a
torch?
torch?
But when
He's
one,
blind.
yeah, but when one, when
He
one,
knew exactly
when
what
one
he
sends,
knew exactly
Yeah,
what
blind people are just completely nullified.
What? Maybe he was only
when
partially
one
sighted.
sense diminishes, the others increase. Have you not heard this?
He knew
That's why I'm so
exactly.
good
can
at
sense
hearing
the
because
light.
I have no feeling in my
I don't
cock.
understand why.
Has your dick stopped working?
What?
Has your dick stopped?
Oh, it works fine. It just has no feeling.
Mine started working again since I stopped taking antidepressants. My cock works brilliantly now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. Just replace your antidepressants with therapy. You realise that the depression was exacerbated by the fact that your dick didn't work and you couldn't come.
Especially when your therapist comes on to you. Right.
My therapist doesn't come on to me.
Oh, that's what you think. Or just the hypnosis. The blind man.
I don't understand why he's blind.
I didn't even notice that he was blind.
He has a
Because-
stick.
He
Because
said,
it's a trope
he
that's-
said, I'm blind, not deaf.
I may have missed that one line.
When he takes the watch.
Yeah,
He is-
he's like, I'm blind as a bat, I'm not deaf.
Yeah, but also, how is he going to read a watch?
You can hear, you
You
can hear what
can hear the seconds go by.
you can hear the
You
time.
can.
The ticks sound different.
Yes, it's different frequency.
He's
every
using
hour.
echolocation. That's what he's trying to. He figures out where on it, where the fucking.
Probably going to sell it for drug money.
Well, but clearly, like he's some
Junkie
kind of
fuck.
he's some
He's
kind
some
of
gateway between the afterlife as
yeah.
well.
He's the
he's like,
gatekeeper
yeah,
of like
he
the
goes
path
for-
between
Yeah.
life
The
and
first
death.
time-
There's
So
probably
clearly
some
there's more
fucking
going
Greek
on.
shit
Yeah.
there that is
Yeah, the first time he
represented.
goes, oh yeah, here's a wall with pay the ghost in it, and he's like, you gotta leave now. And like, what? I don't know how much the time jumps in. It's like kept having ads every 2 seconds. I don't really know.
It's like 2 days.
It's 3 days.
Right. So like
3
3 days
days.
later, he comes
Yeah.
back and he's like, oh yeah, I'll take you. And he's like, okay. And they go to this stupid bridge that just leads to no like. Oh, it's such a cop out.
It is
ending.
pretty. Yeah.
No.
It is pretty
The
convenient.
whole ending of it is just one big cop out.
Yeah.
I like parts of the ending.
No.
Would you have liked it better? Now I thought this was going to happen. Would you liked it better if Nick had to sacrifice himself in order to send his kid?
I wanted the 2 little kids who joined them. That was shit. But also for them to just plummet when the bridge collapsed. That would be
I
fun.
wasn't. No, I was interested. Like, is he going to save those 2 kids as he was going across the bridge? Because, like, there's the other 2 people that were affected by their missing children, right? And so I was wondering if he was going to, how focused in on he was on just his son compared to the other 2 kids.
Yeah.
But like then they kind of half-assed it, and the kids just found him.
Yeah.
And he was like,
And
alright,
somehow
you better
you can
come, I
take
guess.
those kids as well because we met their parents.
No,
And so people need
because
fucking
no,
closure.
No.
It's not wrong. It's not closure.
Because
closure would be if they found their dead bodies.
yeah.
It's a reunion.
Yeah.
He's bringing them back to their parents because you're there. You may as well.
No, but it is closure if you're living in a supernatural world where you can go into the other side and get your kids back.
Only for one night. No, it was only
Only
works.
for 1 year and 1 night.
Yeah.
Because they're only fresh for a year.
Yeah,
And then
if you don't rescue them that next year, they're gone forever. That's the thing. So those other 2 kids were also taken the year before.
They should have just done like a face-off and adopted the 2 of them. Took them
I
home.
would
It's
have
like,
loved it
our
if
new
he was just
children.
like. I would have loved
Like
it.
those parents are still somewhere in New York wanting their kids back.
One of
It's
their
like,
dads-
no, they're mine.
One
I
of
got
their-
them back.
One of their dads is a heroin addict, and one of their mums.
Does he have
Yeah, from-
AIDS?
it was-
Does he have AIDS?
Well,
he had
because of the
he
blotches.
had
I don't
blotches
know.
on his
I
face.
just thought-
They were blemishes. They were. I've seen Philadelphia. That was AIDS.
I don't know. I just thought it was like
A skin
it was
condition.
because of his grief.
He's just got eczema. He's weird just thinking he's a junkie, but no, he's got a skin condition.
Right.
No,
But
I thought it would have been fun though if like he saw all these thousands of kids. It was just like, all right, come on, just herded them across the
He's just
bridge.
got, did
He's
take
got
all of them.
1,000 ghost kids running about his
Yeah.
house.
He's just like, go, be
It was
free.
like Coraline, but worse.
Eh.
With the creepy dead kids in the mirror.
Then the whole bit, not to jump right to the very end, where the whole bit where the kid
To the
can't
end,
remember
yeah.
anything that happened, that really annoyed me. What was
Yeah.
the need for that? What was the whole...
Because then he would have had to go to therapy for a long time.
Yeah, can you imagine spending a year there and then having to fucking talk about it? Fuck it.
Yeah,
goes
going
to-
back to school and just being like, oh, where have you been?
Dead.
But we clearly know she's not dead, so we could do a Pay the Ghost 2 where the kid grows up and has to go and defeat the ghost woman again.
Also, has he aged in that year, or is he still the same age?
Well,
Because
he's
that's
still-
going to get complicated when he's older, and it's like you were born in this year, but you're a year younger.
But he
than-
still thinks it's the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like it's had this time skip. I think
He's
it was
gonna-
written so that like
He's
they could,
gonna
they
be
could directly
fucking
continue
freaking
where
the
they
shit
left
out
off as
when
a
he's
family.
when he's writing the date at the top of every page at his fucking school. He's
Yeah.
like,
All
no,
his
it's
pals-
not that year. What are you?
But all,
fucking
yeah, all
on
of
about?
all of his
All his-
friends are going to be a year older.
All his friends would be like, we just saw it. He was like, oh, I'm not
He's
seeing you in a day.
disappeared.
And he's like, I'm not seeing you in a year. And he's like, that's more traumatic than him not seeing the ghost.
Pay the Ghost 2. It's like fucking the Shining sequel.
That was not good.
Pay the Ghost 2, the re-ghosting it. Ghosty's
What's
back!
it called?
Two Ghosts, Two
Doctor
Furious.
Sleep.
Yeah.
Doctor Sleep, yeah.
I didn't see it. I heard it was okay. Well, yeah, earlier you said if Nicolas Cage sacrificed himself. I also thought that was going to happen, but no, everyone lived happily.
I also thought he was going to be fucking the blonde one.
Oh
I thought
yeah,
that
they
was-
did
oh,
seem
yeah.
like
The
yeah,
one who gave every little bit of exposition needed.
and then died, right?
And then got thrown
Died
out
and
a
then it
fucking
wasn't
window.
fucking referenced at all.
Yeah,
Like,
she
it's
flew out
just
the
like-
window and they
Her
said
death
after
was
credit
completely
sequence
fucking
in
not
it.
needed.
Is there?
Yeah, there's an after credit
I didn't see
sequence
that
with their dead body, I think, during the day.
Oh, I never saw that.
No, I was skipping through the credits just like the roll, and I saw her like dead, and I was like, oh.
Wait, what a thing to put in the after credit sequence though. It's just a dead body in the middle of the day,
They're
right?
setting up the sequel. It's like with the Marvel
But
films.
she just wakes up like.
Was there a
It's
sequel
been
to
6
the book?
years. It's been 6 years. I don't think there's going to be a sequel.
Where's my phone? I mean, there could be a sequel for anything nowadays. They're making a new Constantine film.
Yeah.
Is it still?
Yeah, but that's
Keanu Reeves?
because that's like a cult
Is it
classic.
still got
and
Peter
it's-
Stormare?
And people
I
are
think
just
it's
putting
Keanu Reeves selling for it at the moment.
and people are just wanting to put fucking Keanu Reeves.
So
in
they kept
it.
making new Sharknadoes and
He
stuff.
sells, man.
Yeah, but Sharknadoes.
Sharknadoes are a meme though.
They're really cheap to produce.
B-movie schlock, which people eat up.
Hey, I
It's
watched
fun.
all of them. It's fun. Yeah. They're not good.
Fun and
but they're
jovial. Yeah, it's not exactly like film. It's not Hitchcock. It's
But also, who
It's
wants to watch
shitcock.
Hitchcock?
Ha
My cock has no feeling. So it's Halloween.
Is that the running joke?
All the
Yeah,
spookums are out.
Yeah.
Are we good? Are you going to continue with your dialogue?
Oh.
We haven't talked
No.
anything about the start or the middle of the film because the
Yeah,
ending
I
is all
said
that matters.
his
Because
kid
it's-
gets kidnapped on Halloween.
Because that's all it happens. There's a little marriage
Him and his
dispute.
wife split up.
Who
Yeah.
takes
Well,
their
they
child to a
separated.
Halloween
Yeah.
street party at midnight?
Because he
Anyway.
couldn't get a taxi.
So be a responsible fucking parent.
He just wanted to spend time with his son.
He had to
Yeah,
get
he
tenure.
works a lot.
It was like 7 p.m.
He had to get tenure.
He did it.
He already had
why that was a
tenure.
big thing either.
No, he got tenure.
He got tenure.
He got
on that
tenure
day.
the day before.
No,
No, he didn't.
on
No, it was
the
on the
night.
day of
that day.
Halloween.
That's what he
mate, to-
says when he arrives.
Yeah, and they're like,
Were
oh.
you playing Minecraft?
I don't play Minecraft. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sunless Seas.
I wasn't playing that either.
Sunless Skies.
I wasn't playing that either.
It's a mystery. We'll have to find out in the next podcast.
I don't understand the whole crow.
Was it the
thing,
same day?
The bird thing. Yeah.
Oh, it
yeah.
was the same day. I'm sorry. You're right.
I mean, I missed most of it as well. I was working on stuff.
There was a, but I don't understand. There was a 3 like what are they called? Hawk things.
Vultures. They were
They're
vultures.
really
yeah.
badly CGI'd vultures.
They were
Yeah.
okay.
I get there. I guess there. I guess
Some
they
of
meant
them
to
were
be
real. Like in the close-up bits, they were real.
Yeah.
Like the bins,
I thought
Because
that was fake.
they were real.
Bloody bin vultures.
Vultures, like
Bothering
I
my
get,
bin.
I get. Like, is there symbolism there? Because vultures are like
Carrion
they
birds.
prey on the flesh of
Yeah.
Corpses.
like
The dead.
yeah.
No,
So I kind of get that.
Yeah, but are vultures?
Are vultures
Are they
native
native to Eastern?
No,
you don't get yours.
You don't get vultures in the
You get them in Africa.
Yeah, but you also
Sure,
get
they
them
get
in, like,
vultures somewhere in America. Like,
Yeah.
And judging by the Jungle Book, India as well.
Aren't they in the Nevada desert?
Yeah, probably desert, but I've been to New York and it is not a desert environment.
I know. I'm just saying.
And
You
there's
were asking
no
if they were
desert.
native
it's a
to
little
America.
bit chillier than that.
It is just a little bit.
Other than the heat island effect, heat island effect.
What
Why
the fuck
you
is the
call it
heat island effect?
This is why Las Vegas is like 2 degrees hotter than the desert around it. Each
Buildings
night.
close together heat up more because of the
Air can't move as
why.
much.
There you go. Kieran's asleep.
No, I'm looking at plot holes for this movie. So if there's anything actually worth.
I mean,
Talking
the
about
meat
it.
was
It's really shit. It's a shit film.
What else was there?
I kind of enjoyed watching it.
Yeah,
I prefer
it's
the ads that I got
good
every 2
bad.
seconds.
It was the same sort of feeling I got when watching the film Mama. And that it's just, I kind of like all the spooky shit. I like ghosts and I like them figuring out who the ghost is, and I like all of the like the Celtic lore, and I thought that was a bit fun. I kind of liked it. I mean, the performance was like okay. Nicolas, like I was
distressed father.
when
white
his son first disappears, the first sort of like 5 seconds of crying were good, and then it went on that little bit too long.
It is so
Where
much
he was-
like a David. Sorry, on you go. I thought you were done.
But he was sort of, I think he'd sort of emptied the tank in the first 5 seconds, and then the director was obviously like, keep rolling. To which he had to sort of fill
Improvise.
space until he was told to stop.
Yeah.
It was, as a parent, it was a heart-wrenching film. Like it's difficult to watch. Like putting yourself in that position, like what the fuck would you?
Yeah.
So if your child was abducted by
It sort of took me back to my childhood when my sister went missing.
Oh.
Yeah, we were.
Do we really want to talk about this on a podcast when your sister's not here and doesn't have her permission to tell the?
Oh no, it's fucking hilarious.
Doesn't make a
It's hilarious.
difference.
It's hilarious. Emily, we speak about this a lot. It's
I
very
went missing
fun.
once.
So we
Same.
was picture the scene. I'm like, I remember what Doctor Who episode was on. I'm eating leek and potato soup. No one can find Emily, and we think, oh fuck, this is far from ideal. We're phoning people. We're about to get a search party out, and then we think, right, we'll check the neighbours first. Walk into our next door neighbours, and who is a sweet old lady, and Emily is sitting on the couch drinking a cup of tea. She walked out the house and went to her next door neighbours.
Beautiful.
And the next door neighbours thought, they know she's here. She never thought for 1 minute that Emily would just walk out the house. and go there. But no, yeah. Another story. It's not a missing story, but it's going back to what you said about the kid drawing the picture. And it seems that there's a common thread of kids doing really fucking creepy shit. And I have a story.
In the film?
And just real life.
Just in real life, like kids are creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
like,
they
some
are.
of the things they say are just really, really creepy. So I'm driving. My child is in the back. I'm driving on the dual carriageway. My child's having a conversation with someone in the back of my car. So if I'm in the driver's seat, she's in the left rear seat, and she's talking to someone that's directly behind me, and I'm sort of like looking in my mirror like, nah, she's just playing. And then she says bye bye, and I say, who are you saying bye to? And she said, the lady. And I went, sorry, what? Saying, did you not see the lady? I was speaking to the lady. And I'm like, no, is the lady here now? And she said, no, she's gone now.
I said bye, you fucker.
No, she's gone now. And I mean, I've not looked to see if there was any casualties on that day that she might have been speaking to a ghost. But there's other stories of like this person was putting their kid to bed and they found this drawing they'd done of someone fucking hanging by their neck, and they're like, "Who's that?" And they said, "That's the man above the stairs."
Kids.
I would be
And
livid.
kids-
I would.
Kids have
That's the man.
hallucinations.
That's the man above the stairs. But they research and they find out that a guy who'd lived there previously had hung himself above the stairs.
I'd believe it.
This is a good.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm
episode.
fucking moving. I'm out.
I remember vividly having a hallucination when I was like 3 of a giant spider just scuttling across our living room floor and hiding behind a couch.
How giant are we talking here?
Like fucking, you know,
I'm
like
talking Aragog.
no, like smaller than Aragog, like his wee fucking
His
minions.
Dinner plate.
yaps.
yeah. I remember that. So kids do just see shit, and it's not always a sign of stuff.
You ever had sleep paralysis before?
Yeah.
I had it
Nope.
at Ellie's house down in England, and I woke up and there was a big blue thing in the corner, like dead on staring at me. It was really, really bright, and but Ellie's dog at the bottom of the bed was also staring because he goes around the house and will stare at corners, and so will the cat, and they'll both sit and stare at parts of the room and stuff, and they'll just be dead set on.
I'm convinced cats and dogs can see something.
And then my head started to like ring and my ears were ringing, and then like my head got really heavy, my eyes got really heavy, and I blacked out and woke back up, and Odin was still sat at the bottom of the bed staring at this corner, but the blue thing was gone. I stayed up all night. I did not go. It was like 2 in the morning. I didn't go to bed. I put the TV on and watched like fucking animated movies.
Hypnagogic and hypnopompic hallucinations.
Yeah.
One of them is things that you get when you're waking up, and one of them is when you get when you go to sleep.
Yeah.
So I get the ones when you go to sleep.
Yeah, I get it.
So when you're sort of
Hear
in that
voices
state
and
between
stuff.
awake and asleep, where you're like you're paralyzed, or your body's completely relaxed. Like I remember the first time I got one, it was fucking terrifying. So I was lying in my bed, was about to go to sleep, and then I just heard like
It's fine, it gets double checked.
if someone had sort of like slammed their hands on a piano, I heard that, and then I could sort of hear like echoey women's voices, and they built up and built up and built up until they were screeching in my ear. And then I like managed to sort of jolt myself into the world.
Just waking up swinging.
Happy Halloween! Maybe
I
we
didn't
do
sleep
just.
that night. I didn't sleep.
I don't
Maybe
get
we do
either of
just,
those. Sometimes when I'm going to sleep though, like
Oh, did you just? Oh, thank.
No, it's fucking. It's closed. It's closed.
sometimes when
Biggest
I'm going
scare
to,
I've had all night.
sorry. Sometimes when I'm going to sleep, I'll hear like music and stuff,
Yeah.
and I've also had like you know you'll think you'll feel like you're falling asleep, and then it's like you've just landed in the bed, and every part of you twitches at once. You're like, holy shit, because it feels like you've been falling.
That's why I like leaving my window open at night. Not now because it's fucking freezing, but even in the summer when it's like busy outside.
So you can hear stuff.
So I can hear like the noise people see on. That's why I like living here because I can just listen to people's conversations all night. And if it's dead silent, my brain will start making up fucking noises.
Like
I found it more difficult recently. I used to really need like voices like playing on computer or whatever to go to sleep, but now I'm like I can't sleep if there's something like external.
No, I listen to audiobooks and like stuff when I'm sleeping because it gives me something to sort of concentrate, so then I can't hear the dark thoughts that say in my head.
I put old Top Gear episodes on, like the really old ones. I wake up at like 4 a.m. and it's just Jeremy Clarkson flying around the corner in some shitty car. And I'm like, okay, I get back to sleep now.
Okay, all is good.
Maybe we, because this would come out like next year probably, but we could fast forward it to come out on Monday
I don't mind.
as a spooky Halloween episode, as we've been
Is this the
discussing some
message?
spooky
You'll just
stuff.
have to when we do eventually do get to the episode where we do the top 10. Obviously, this won't be in it because we've sort of fast forwarded it, but it's probably appropriate to release it.
If we just take this out of the running order, there's a special. We can do that with Christmas films as well. Anyway, enough logistics. Sorry.
Yeah, this is the special. Since it's going to be released, why not tweet to us your sort of maybe you've got a ghost story, or you've got if you want to tell us about your sleep paralysis demons.
Yeah, let's hear
tweet
about
to
some,
us at our Twitter handle,
Which
some
is
spooky
at
happenings.
4Prats.
Let's get some parasocial relationships going.
We're gonna get some.
Not if we can't get the Twitter handle out.
We'll get some psychics on and we'll watch the film again, and we'll get them to talk about it.
Also, we now have a Twitch channel
Yes, we do, yes.
where we will be doing streams.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
There will have already been one on
Saturday,
a couple nights before Halloween.
There might be one tomorrow. I don't know what you're.
Yeah, we're doing some. I'm doing some stuff with my brother at another streamer he does. But yeah, we'll try and get some regular streams going for you to join in and watch, or even join in and play.
I'm gonna be wearing masquerade ball masks, or are we showing our faces? You're going to see us in person.
Ooh.
You'll be able to put a.
As I've said,
We should do a Christmas hot
anyone
tub
listening
stream.
to this probably knows us. Yeah, we could do a hot tub stream.
Okay.
Hot tub stream.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
It'd be funny. I don't know. It's probably been done, but
We could put a paddling pool in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know a boy who's friends with the guy I work with. He done a bathtub stream and got a lot of viewers from it. Just people coming in and being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But they all stayed for it, and he just sat in his bathtub full of water. He had like swimming shorts.
Did he
on.
sell the bathwater after? Like,
Nah,
a
man,
bell
fucking
feed?
great though.
I say we all get the shower. We'll do a shower stream.
That's a
in
good
that
idea.
tiny
Show.
shower.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
It's all grimy because we never clean it.
That'd be good.
And we never clean ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, spooky. Ooh.
How many more spooky stories they want to tell, John? You've not given us a spooky story.
I don't have a lot of spooky
Yeah,
stories.
have any paranormal things happen?
I don't suffer from like sleep paralysis. At least I don't remember.
John just
Something.
looks like
Never
a
seen
baby.
a ghost.
I've had like really bad nightmares that I've like managed to fight my way out of sometimes. But and woken up like
I
in a
wouldn't say I
fright mood.
suffer from sleep paralysis. I'd say that
It just happens.
the deepest human connection I've had in the past couple of months has been with my sleep paralysis demons.
God
Have you
damn.
ever had a dream that's come to pass?
Oh, actually, a thing I get is
Premonition.
I will like be.
Deadly Premonition, the David Cage game.
I'll have like I'll
That's
feel
not
like
deadly,
I've had a
David Cage is
dream
scary,
in
sorry.
the past, and then the exact things that happen in the dream will happen. But like, so I'll be like, hey, did this happen before? You know, it's like whatever the opposite of deja vu is. No, it is deja vu. So I get really bad deja vu,
Yeah.
but it's just a weird thing with my memory when I was a teenager, where like I would just suddenly trick myself into thinking a situation had happened before.
Yeah.
So even though I can very vividly remember having dreamt something and thinking about, that was weird. None of that actually happened, and it happened in just the same second that the event that made me think that happened.
I mean, part of my theory, which is probably very wrong on it, is that as your life goes on, things become more repetitive, and so you have a lot of the same stimuli a lot of the time, and so you start having very similar situations and like conversations and stuff.
Yeah, but this doesn't happen anymore. It only happened in high school.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, so I think it was just like a mixture of puberty and like being like depressed or something, and maybe sleep deprived. I don't know. I've done a lot of wrong things, but like so my brain was just weird. You're excited to say something,
Right. So, I get really bad deja vu. I get it fucking all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Like constantly, and like, or I'll like see something and I feel like it'll happen. I feel like I've seen it before or like vivid. Yeah, and then it happens. Blah blah blah.
Same.
I love my dad, and I'm going to out him right now. We were up one night really late, and we both drank quite a lot. But basically, my gran convinced him that our family are like psychics. 100% convinced that we are a family of psychics, and we got really deep about it. And like, he doesn't care. We won't care when we tell him but it's just we were sat there, and he was like, "So, have you ever had these?" Imagine he's in the front. We have a bar in our back garden. He's on like the one side, and I'm on the other, and we've got like Irish music being played in the background. It's like 5 a.m, and we're just kind of sat there listening to music, and he goes, "Do you ever get those dreams that come to life and then it happens? It's like deja vu, but it's like too realistic." And I'm like, "Yeah, sometimes." And he was like, "Well, so do I, and so does your sister, because I've asked her." And I was like, "All right." And he was like, "Well, my mum had it really bad as well. She could like see the future." My grandma's a woman from Falkirk. She didn't do much. Right?
That's because she was so...
She was off it. She was probably steaming half the time, but
like distracted by all these visions of the future coming to pass.
It must be fucking... Like, if you're a real psychic, that must be fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
Just like seeing all these fucking visions and shit. You just... How are you not just wanting to sleep the whole time?
like it's just one bad case of deja vu that we've all got, right?
Yeah.
But we're not fucking psychic. But because I was also stupid, so I was like really convinced. He was actually convincing me that I was also psychic. And stuff. The next day, I was like,
have you never predicted anything?
I don't know.
Fuck
Not really. No. Like I'm not good at like bets or anything. Like I just can't make them up. But like there is times where I'm sat there and like I'll like be just sat daydreaming and I'll like imagine something, or I'll make up a story in my head, and then like a year down the line, something similar happens.
Yeah.
But it's like very minute things. Or if I'm stressed,
it's like talking out conversations that haven't happened yet.
Or if I'm like really stressed about something and I overthink something, and then the worst case scenario I always think of usually happens, but it's just because I'm probably thinking of the worst case scenario. But no, it like makes you like twisted slightly that I'm like, maybe I am, but then I'm not.
Yeah, the way you're describing it is that like you have something that's similar enough that it slots into place.
Yeah, that's all it is. Like
the way I've always thought about it is just my memory short circuiting. Yeah. So it's just like, I think it happened.
Oh, who knows? Maybe Kieran is psychic.
I have,
and this is supernatural.
If I was psychic,
I'll get some playing cards.
Right,
Can you
if I was psychic,
let's do a prediction right now.
Right.
Let's do a prediction. I want you to guess what the next, like, none of the stuff that's been promoted just now. What is the next type of film that Nicolas Cage is going to do? Is it going to be a blockbuster, an independent? What's the genre? Can you tell?
Okay, let me. Right, so this is because you could do this. I learned about this in a class. You could do. You can people. Humans actually have the ability to read people's minds, but it's not like I can see what you're thinking. If you like predict, if you predict what they're doing, they can do it. But I'm not going to do that because that's fucking complicated. I don't know. Let's say like he's done what indie movies. I'd say I think he's going to go for a blockbuster. I think the next big thing would be blockbuster action. Where I'm not saying it's National Treasure, but I'm saying it might be down the lines of that kind of film where like he's like trying to uncover something. Because he is bringing out a vampire film soon. And I haven't seen anything on his Wikipedia or anything. So that's what I'm going to go for.
Let's go for it. Yeah.
But if I was psychic, I would have fucking guessed the lottery numbers.
Right, I couldn't find playing cards, but I have a chess piece in my hand.
Okay.
What piece?
The colour and what piece?
Wait, can you show John and I the piece?
No, we'll see it after. It doesn't
No,
matter.
but I want to know what, like...
Why do you need to know?
Yeah, you'll see
It
it.
doesn't matter.
I'm
No,
not
but
about to sleight of
I
hand
want to
this.
know if he's right before he's right.
No, just make a guess. Make your own guess.
Yeah, we'll see if anyone's psychic. So colour.
This
and
is
piece.
like...
Okay.
Have you guys seen The Men Who Stare at Goats?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like... this is his spirit guide. Oh, wait, that's Kevin Spacey. And I see a tin mug.
A white horsey. I don't know chess pieces.
Black Bishop.
I think it's a black rook.
Two very close answers.
Oh, damn
It's
it!
a white castle.
Damn it! It's a white rook.
It's Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Wait. Oh, there you go.
Yay! And that's what we'll be doing next. Is it?
Well, Harold and Kumar next.
I don't know if you know, but
So none of us are psychic, or Kieran was just
Nicolas-
downplaying.
He was
his
faking it,
knowledge.
yeah.
Actually, at night I
Did
go
you
to
know-
make a
did you know-
satanic ritual on the
Did
floor.
you know that Nicolas Cage actually plays Neil Patrick Harris in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle?
He's that good. Right. Well, I mean, do we have anything else to say about this film?
I don't like it.
I can't.
I'm not a horror guy. I think it was really funny that by random
think-
chance we ended up with a horror film.
horror. It's just cheap jump scare
I
horror.
think,
Yeah.
I think the sound design in the film was very good, and some of the
Some of it, yeah, like the kids speaking to him and on the wind.
And
And
the
some
horror
of the-
sound design
some
is
of the
usually quite good.
like, and some of the imagery was really, really good. Like when he looks out the window and sees the three kids, and then they just all of a sudden burst into flames.
Yeah.
And when he's looking at the video camera and he sees this child that's sort of got like... Have you guys played...
Outlast.
What was the game that PewDiePie used to play with the chair?
Amnesia.
Yeah. You know Amnesia, the pig, the machine pig one?
Machine for pigs.
Machine for pigs, yeah. So if you... The kid in that, so they're sort of like pale and sort of like blotchy black
I didn't
eyes.
see it.
And it was that one image of the kid sort of looking back into the camera, and he's looking at it on the screen, and then you see the witchy woman.
I love horror games, but I'm too much of a scaredy pants to really play them too much. We were talking about the other podcast about Darkwood, but it's just too scary. Like, my little heart can't take it. I feel like,
Yeah.
And I know it's such a weird thing as well, because nothing can hurt you. Like, it's just a video game. Like, there's no actual real world threat.
I think it comes from like sympathizing with
No,
the
but
character.
maybe if you
It's not
play
even that.
maybe if you
Sometimes
play the game, it
there's
might
no
release a
connection.
spirit.
God, I mean, of all the people to have that game release a spirit for, it's like, it's not going to be you.
Right.
It's going to happen to Nicolas Cage in a horror film.
Oh, hopefully. What was your prediction? I'll hear it on the edit. Right. Well, if we're done, it's very late, and we'll say a happy Halloween.
Spooky.
Happy
Halloween. Follow us on Twitter at 4Prats.
Send us some shit.
Yeah.
Not shit.
Let us know what you're thinking. What
Yeah,
you
we'll
would
start a
change.
PO
Your
box, then you can
inputs.
actually send us some shit.
What you would do differently, and we'll ignore it all.
Yeah,
And find us on
as is our divine right.
on Twitch. It's 4Prats. That's a number 4 and then Prats.
I mean, the links are in the description. You can
I
find
don't think the Twitch is yet.
It will be though.
But yeah, thank you for joining us on this spooky Halloween with some quite spooky school stories.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see
Thanks
you
for,
next time. Oh, well, next time will be something weird now because it's all out of order.
Yeah, we have broken the continuum.
Yeah. So.
But I think that's funny, actually.
Yeah. In January, you will hear
Why do I even mention
uh,
a film?
Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah! I can't
What
wait
a
to...
fucking
Oh,
You
film.
guys are going to love that in 6
What a
months.
fucking film.
Anyway, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye!
Sure, they got me clapping, got me whacking, got me smacking my lips. Oh, Nicolas Cage, oh, Nicolas Cage, he's an international treasure of ours, yeah. Oh, Nicolas Cage.
At least 4 Prats.